Welcome back, all you sports and gambling fans out there. Today we're doing some NBA betting coverage, and joining me here is our very own SBR contributor, Dave Golikov. The game we're looking at today is the LA Clippers going up against the Toronto Raptors. Now, this is going to be a hell of a match with the number 2 of the Pacific going up against the Atlantic Division leaders. Anyways, both teams hold a 33-17 record, but it seems that LA could take advantage of the funk that the Raptors are in right now. Now, they've lost 2 straight home games to the Bucks and the Nets. But, what would LA have to do in this spot, Dave, to actually take advantage of the Raptors' recent struggles and maybe get the win in this spot?
Well, they're going to have to play a lot better than they played last night. Clippers are 7-3 in their last 10 games, but they've also lost 2 straight, which is somewhat disappointing. On Monday night, they had a big lead in Brooklyn late in that game, and they somehow blew that. And then last night they were completely listless against the Cleveland Cavaliers. A lot of people tuning into the TNT doubleheader were hoping for maybe an NBA Finals preview. Turns out the Clippers are not going to the NBA Finals if they continue playing like that. So Clippers need to play a whole lot better. Toronto struggled in their last couple games, but if the Clippers play like they did last night, I think Toronto probably wins.
Well, it's interesting that you bring up the playoffs and all that because I think the commissioner was talking about doing a little bit of changes for next year in the playoff scheme. But anyways, let's move on to the next team. Right now, despite the Raptors' recent losses, they're still 7-3 and in their last 10 games. But what would they actually have to do to get back on track and take care of business in home, considering that they're going to be going up against a much more complicated opponent than the Bucks and the Nets were, man?
Yeah, this is a tough spot for Toronto, but they are at home where they typically play better, and they're playing a Clippers team that is very inconsistent themselves. I mean, the Clippers, one day they're going into San Antonio and winning by 20. The next day they're losing in Brooklyn. So it's a team that's up and down, and Toronto is also up and down. So it's really a matchup of who's going to be more focused, who's going to really play closer to their potential, and Toronto being at home probably has a better chance of doing that.
All right, man. Bookies opened this one up favoring the Raptors by 1.5 up to 2 points. And in this case, man, you're recommending that we go with the +2 on the Clippers. But, so far they haven't had a good season covering the spread. Overall, they stand at 20-30 against the spread. And in their last 10, they've went 3-7 against the spread. Now, I mean, come on, man. Why don't you trust your home team in this one?
Well, Toronto, I think, is struggling a little bit worse than the Clippers right now. I think, to me, blowing a big lead in Brooklyn is not pretty, but at least they had that big lead. They should have won the game. They understand that. Losing in Cleveland, 11 other teams in a row have lost to Cleveland, so nothing to be ashamed of there. I think Toronto losing at home to Milwaukee, and losing at home to Brooklyn in non-competitive fashion is a bigger concern than the Clippers losing in Cleveland. So I think that's really the issue to me. That's the crux of it. I think the Clippers also, after being embarrassed on national television last night, are going to be sort of more excited or more energetic to get back on the court and sort of wipe that slate clean tonight. So normally a back-to-back situation can be tighter. I think in this spot it's a good situation for the Clippers because they want to really wipe that memory away. In terms of the Raptors being a small home favorite this season, 6-12 against the spread when they're a home favorite of 3 points or less. I'm just, I look back to the 2 losses against Milwaukee and Brooklyn at home, and I'm a little bit concerned with this Raptors team. The one day they're playing poor defense, the other day the defense shows up and the offense doesn't show up. So concern there for the Raptors. I think the Clippers have more star power. If both teams play their best, I think the Clippers win this game, so that's why I'm taking them plus the points.
All right, good stuff, man. Thanks for all the insights here and the pick, and we'll talk again next Monday. And everyone else, don't forget to check back on Monday as well for some more sports coverage and your free picks. Till then, for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.